Hi everyone. Okay, it's time to get back onto the Millennium Falcon. We've got issue 57 here. In fact, I've got the next 4 issues just arrived for this month, the month of March. So let's see what we're doing. Basically, it looks like we've got the main PCB board, which is going to distribute power and whatever to all the different parts of the ship. So let's have a little look and see what we're doing on issue 57. Okay, so we've got our board. Basically, it's just, this is fitted to the lower part now, and it's saying that the circuit board is screwed to the 4 moulded posts in the panelling astern of the lower turret, which must be, and I do believe it is, just there. So you do have to get the orientation right. It's that way around, assuming that's astern. It looks like it's astern. Okay, so looks fairly straightforward actually. We've got the circuit board, we've got the power socket, which is going to mount through the hull, so you can plug the thing in. Don't know if I want it coming through on that side actually. That's the worst possible side because it's the side you're going to view it from. That's really daft. If you're going to display the Falcon, you'd have the cockpit over this side, wouldn't you? You're not going to view it from the other side, you're always going to view it from the cockpit side. So why do they put the lead, great big lead, plugging into it on this side? I might actually try and swap that later on. That's just daft. Really not happy with that. The side you're going to want to display at the most is the side that's got a great big power lead coming out of. Anyway, I'm going to fit it for now. What a bad place to put it. Anyway, I'm going to do it for now and then most likely change that later on because I'm not impressed with that at all. Anyway, I'm going to carry on and I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay, so we've got the battery box wired up, we've got the circuit board in place, we've got the motor for the ramp in place, and the cable for the light, so that when we press the little button the ramp should open, the light should come on. Now, a few issues ago we got some bolts. Now I actually put longer bolts in. I went and did this before the issues came because they tell you to test the ramp here. So what we've got to do, we've got to give it at least 50mm clearance, otherwise the ramp's not going to work or it's going to start straining the motor. So what I'm doing here is I've just got the longer bolts that I put in. I think we get about 50-60mm bolts with the kit. I've actually bought some 100mm so I can really lift it up and then don't have too much to go the other way to be able to, if I want to rest it upside down, to paint it. So anyway, so I think we're almost there. We've almost got about 50mm. I'm just going to wind these up. It's lifting the whole hull up. It's acting like a bit like those pneumatic jacks you get on touring cars. That'd be cool, and you just press a button and the whole thing just lifts up. Okay, I think that's probably about enough clearance. Might give it a bit more actually. Don't want to get this far and then break it. Okay, so we should have some clearance there. I'm just making sure it's going to be in shot. And then we're going to turn on the battery power. We have a light. And here's hoping, in fact I'm going to zoom that in a bit more on the ramp so you can see, and let's hope it's going to work. It's the first time I've tried it. I've had a bit of a problem. I picked it up and the little steps come away, so I've got to repair that later. So here's hoping. There we go. Hey, we have a light. And it works. It only works. The little light comes on and everything. Look at that. Just make sure you can see that. Yeah, excellent. In fact, I'll give you a lower view. So just bear with me a sec. Okay, so that's quite cool. So button A lowers the ramp, press it again, it comes back up. Goes a little bit too far because it then starts to come down the other way. It's also, I don't know about when you built yours, but with mine the whole ramp was pulled up slightly too far, so it's been resting slightly crooked, but it's not too far off. There is actually a gap there, so the motor position is not quite right, but I don't know if there's a way of adjusting that. We'll see later on. Let's just change your angle. Okay, giving you a bit of a different angle there. Zoom back a little bit. Button A. Okay, that's pretty good. I wasn't too bad a guess for the 50mm clearance actually either. I just got to put this little step back in there. But right, let's close it up again. Okay, I think that rests in a better place now because I actually moved the motor on a touch. Let's try that again, and it looks like this. Not sure what that's doing actually, the blue one. Turn the battery box switch on and press the blue mains. Oh, it's the mains switch, okay. Of course, because you can't get to the batteries very often. Okay, I'm quite impressed now. That's not bad at all. Okay, nice one. You're back in my good books, D'Agostini, but please think about where this goes. This really doesn't want to be visible on the display side. It wants to be on the side you don't display. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you agree or disagree with me. Maybe I'm just being too fussy, I don't know. But I think if we're spending this much money and doing this much work on this kit, little silly things like that, the glass in the cockpit, which is terrible, and positioning the power supply where it's going to be highly visible, are both really silly mistakes. But hey ho. Okay, right, I reckon that's probably the end for today. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of issue 57. I'm going to crack on now with issue 58. So, I know there's at least one guy out there who I think, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but you were telling me that your light had come up, your LED had come unstuck. At least now we can get in there and hopefully you can get that sorted. Now we've got access again, now we can open the door. That's pretty cool. Okay, that's it for 57. See you for 58. Hi all, it's time for issue 58 on the Build the Millennium Falcon series. This is the second of this month's issues that I've had delivered, so let's get on and see what we're doing for issue 58. Okay, well, it's just a fairly straightforward issue today. Really all we're doing is just making up, this is part of the one of the corridor hatches. I think it's the upper corridor that leads to the escape pods, yeah, on the port side. So it's really just the usual super glue and cocktail stick job. But what I'll do is, as you know, I always light block these, and I think I'm actually going to, I've been thinking about this, I think I am actually going to have to go paint the entire hull at some point. But we'll get onto that a little bit later. So yeah, so fairly straightforward. I'll point out anything that's of note, but other than that, it looks like a fairly quick one for 58. I'll come back to you soon. Everything's keyed and fairly well described in the instructions, so we're just going to be fitting a few bits and pieces. I'm still doing my old trick, so I'm putting the cyanoacrylate in a little tray. I don't know if you can see that there, a little tray there. Let's put it somewhere where you can see it, and then so you don't get glue everywhere, you can use a cocktail stick just to apply the glue where you want it so it doesn't run all over the place. This is actually CA gel I've got here. I've been using this on the BB-8 build I'm working on. and it's quite good. It gives you a little bit more control, and it's also good if you've got two surfaces that aren't completely flat, because it's a bit more three-dimensional than just the liquid cyanoacrylate. So yeah, that's quite a useful little tip. Okay, part 2. I'll leave the camera rolling. There's really not much to show. It's just the usual basic assembly really. Now which way around is that? That's a good question, isn't it? So that's that way around. Okay. So yeah, so there's yeah, just dry fit things as usual. Make sure you've got them the right way around so you know where they're going. That's about it. Okay, time for issue 59. 58 was very quick, really. Not much to do at all. So, looks like we're doing a bit of hull framework, a bit more plating. Temporarily I'm waiting to get some more aluminium paint in for my light blocking, so I'm just going to keep the parts to one side for the moment until that comes in, and I'll do them all together. It seems silly to just do them individually. Oh, we got the right, okay, this is the bit with some damage, which doesn't look too bad, but what I might do is put some more plastic behind this and actually make these holes, because these look like real big dents on the actual Falcon. It's these ones here. Don't know if you can see that. So yeah, that might be interesting. Oops. Right. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Yeah, more framework. Okay, so time to put this stuff away. Get the framework out, I think. So I shall be back in a moment. Okay, so yes, it's really just framework time again. This is all the support for the port corridor, and it's going to take us to that stage at the end. So I'm sure you'd be bored to tears if you watch me putting all that together, so I'll cut it here and do a bit more at the end and show you anything that any issues I may come across. Okay, so we're up to the end of issue 59. That's the section we've been working on as the support for the port side upper corridor. That's all in place, so not much else to do on that one. It was just literally a bit of frame assembly. So I'm going to crack straight on to the next one, so we're up to issue 60 next time. Okay, it's issue 60. We've got some more of the support jig. And some more framework by the look of it. So we're just doing the next piece of pie, if you like. Just building on around here, I think we're going to be doing. So I'm pretty much guessing that's going to just drop straight into there. Okay. So yeah, just more of the same really, so we'll crack straight on with that. more hole plating to be light blocked. Okay. I'm assuming, yeah, so we've got the 3 pieces from the last one. It's going to be something like, I don't know where that one's going to go. That one goes there. Okay. Right then. So let's get on with it. So first we're putting that on there, which I've already done. Okay, 2-hole connector, TF23. So it's all really just more of the same. So there's really not a lot to show you in these last few videos. Okay, that's pretty much the end of issue 60 now. So pretty much all of those were just frame assembly. Had a couple of issues. There's 2 screws that just did not want to go in. One's on this 4-way connector, and there's another one on the 4-way connector in the centre of the corridor. It won't take the 4th screw. I'm going to have to run a little drill through there and then use the tap. I managed to get this one sorted out just by running a little tap through, just to recut the threads. This one's so far out of alignment. Actually, I'm going to try it, but I've got a sneaky feeling that's going to need a little drill through and then the tap. The tap is basically recutting the thread. Actually, that's feeling like that's going through. But it's pushing it up. It's pushing the whole frame up. So no, that's not good at all. So yeah, it's going to be a small drill followed by the tap on that one. So I don't know what's going on. There's a bit of a sloppy fit there, D'Agostini. I haven't had too bad a time with these, but this one's certainly causing a bit of a problem. Ah, here we go. I've got enough of a thread now. There we go. So that's now in. So that's both of them were sorted out with the tap, which they supplied us a few issues ago. I didn't think I was going to need it, but I just needed it. So I needed it twice for that one and that one and that one. So anyway, there we go. The last couple are a bit loose. There's not much holding them on, so keep it on the assembly jig for now. And that's really it. It was just what I'll do when I've got some more silver paint. I'll I'll light block all of those as I normally do. But I need to get some aluminium paint for that. I've got some primer, but I can't do the actual top coat yet. So that's it. That brings us to the end of issue number 60 on the Building Millennium Falcon. So that's going to wrap this video for now. Wasn't too much really out of the ordinary. It's a lot of the stuff we've done before, just assembling some of the plastic details or the resin details and more of the framework. But I would imagine 1 or 2 issues and we'll close up that top hull, and then it'll be interesting when the 2 halves start to go together. There's obviously some support structure to do on the lower framework to support all this. So yeah. And I did a test with the ramp. That's working fine, which you would have probably seen earlier. I think I've got some footage of that. Apologies if I ever repeat myself. It's because these videos are shot over several days. Sometimes I do them all in one go, sometimes I do them in several days, and can't always remember what I've told you 2 or 3 days before, so apologies if it's repeated. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I hope it's useful. Wasn't too much in that one, but hope it's useful anyway, and I shall see you for next time. Take care.